Next, we will be focusing on the picks for Gameweek 25. We have different categories on which we'll be discussing. We have players to release, we have players to skip, hold, buy, and the captain's pick. Use a snapshot for your pick, Prarambha, and we'll discuss about this in the slides in detail. But so whenever you are selecting players, your fantasy so what is the first thing that you tend to target? So whenever you're trying to sell a player or buy a player or त्यसमा चाहिँ तिमी के हेर्छौ, फर्म हेर्छौ अथवा फिक्चर हेर्छौ अथवा proven records from the past हेर्छौ अथवा के कुरा चाहिँ हुन्छ नि immediately grabs your attention?
First of all, I try to watch as many matches as possible. Matches possible bhayen I try reading about them or watching highlights, because I want to know which specific player. So in the पहिला we basically know about players to some extent, and we want to know about how they are performing or their role contributions kasto bhairachha league ma bhanera. So I try watching the matches and getting to know the players better. But on top of that, at times obviously Premier League is something that fantasy Premier League is something that you cannot just hold on to players from the clubs that you love because you love those players or you love the club, so you have to detrimental, and that has actually hurt me this season. I really expected Havertz and Teemo to do really well, and I didn't get many points for that. That's why I'm way behind in terms of total points. I know that, but club affinity level okay, so optimism say Aubameyang, same thing with him, and I really thought Aubameyang would, especially after last season, I thought Aubameyang would do really well. So didn't click early, but I really want to have Aubameyang back in my team. So what I do is I try to watch the matches, and I also look at the next 3-4 the club ko fixtures the next 3-4 matches ke cha अनि उनीहरुको त्यो क्लब सँगको पहिला परफर्मेन्सेसहरु कस्तो थियो भने I try to go back to that as well, because at times a few players really have a good record against one specific club, or their run of form को अनुसार पनि कस्तो छ. So there are different matrices which come into play, but my way of doing it is like looking at the form of the player and then the next 3-4 fixtures while picking or making the team transfers or I try to look at the next but having said that, some players are fixture proof. For example, Jamie Vardy, Harry Kane, and even Patrick Bamford this season. He's like these kind of Bruno Fernandez scoring against all teams, so some players really are fixture proof. Having said that, it's they पनि म चाहिँ 3-4 matchesहरु हेर्ने ट्राई गर्छु, like अगाडि के fixtures हरु, so I try doing that, and based on that I try picking the teams.
Right. Thank you.
What is your approach in that?
I mean, if you talk about me myself, I'm not doing really good this season, but I have won the whole thing every season. I mean, back 2-3 seasons ago, where everything was going my way. But my way of picking players would be, like you said, I tend to look at the form of the player, and then I tend to look at their past performances. Last season मा चाहिँ यस्तो गरेको थियो यसले, यो सिजन पनि त्यहाँ गएर चाहिँ हान्छ है सालाले, ल अब लास्ट टाइम वेस्ट ह्यामसँग ह्याट्रिक हानेको थियो नि, अब यसपालि पनि त्यहाँ गयो भने चाहिँ हान्छ भनेर त्यस्तो फिलिङ आउँछ क्या मलाई, हुन्छ नि. And I tend to back those players त्यस्तो, because there's sometimes those प्लेयर्सलाई चाहिँ हुन्छ नि त्यो स्टेडियममा त्यो उसमा जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो पुरानो मेमोरिजले पनि त्यो गर्छ जस्तो फिल हुन्छ मलाई चाहिँ. अनि दे हेभ फेभरेट ग्राउन्ड, दे हेभ फेभरेट अपोनेन्ट.
यसमा बेस्ट थिङ भने हैन, इफ व्हाट आई थिंक इज हुन्छ नि चेल्सीबाट गएको प्लेयरले चेल्सीमा चाहिँ गोल हान्छ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई, अनि दैट ह्यापन्स अ लट अफ टाइम्स अनि हैन. So I back those players because has happened a lot of times with Chelsea. So that happened. I'm so sorry I interrupted you while you were talking.
That's fine. I mean, this thing here. Plus, on this next thing that I would look at would be उसको हुन्छ नि अब the form त हुने भइहाल्यो हैन. And sometimes I tend to go for like differential players हुन्छ नि, जोले चाहिँ lift me up हुन्छ नि, एकदम धेरै अब त्यो उता हैन. I mean but there has to be some spark in the when I tend to look matches होइन उसले चाहिँ अब maybe he has not come into the limelight but he is performing हुन्छ नि त्यस्तो खाले प्लेयर्सहरू भयो भने चाहिँ I tend to pick those players के अनि whenever they score I really enjoy हुन्छ नि अनि trying to get them early that really हुन्छ नि satisfies me about playing fantasy as well अनि त्यस्तै नै हो while doing the players pick nothing too fancy होइन. Next, we move on to Gameweek 25 players to buy. And Yasmache will be discussing about the 3 players that Prarambha wants to bring into his team and wants you to bring in your team. And we'll ask him why. So first is we have Rafinha from Leeds United. He's midfielder, 5.7% owned. He's priced at 5.4 million. Why do you think he's the player to buy?
Rafinha, like if you look at the fixtures, Wolves, Southampton, Aston Villa, West Ham United, and Leeds, they really score goals, and they might actually concede, but they are scoring goals. Yep. And Rafinha is last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game weeks match. He's on average, he's on more than 7 points. 13 against Newcastle, 5 against Leicester, 9 against Everton, 6 against Crystal Palace, 5 against Arsenal. So last 5 matches, it's been points, and this is a double game week for Leeds, right? So very right time, I think, to have all Leeds player. If you want to have like in defense, you can have. If you've not bought Dallas yet, might be a right time to get for the next 2 game weeks, and not just next 2 game weeks. They actually have like. Aston Villa away is difficult. West Ham United is a difficult match, but against Wolves and Southampton, I think Rafinha should be involved, and Patrick Bamford obviously should be involved in goals. So this is why. Also, is like I said, last 5 matches on average, more than 7 points, right, sir? So that's a good thing.
And he's really under-owned at this point, and just 5.7%.
Only 5.7% could be a differential buy.
Yeah. So somebody if they have like maybe like some other mid-priced players are he's not performing, maybe he could get better value at owning Rafinha.
Exactly, or even if you have high-priced player who's not been doing well, you might want to, even if you want to get Salah out, and Rafinha could be a good addition, and you can actually invest that money in some other different high-priced players. Saves a lot of money for your team as well. Balanced bonus or slack someone like end of the season. End of the season, Leeds also would want to do better and want to cement their position somewhere in the mid-table. So they would want to score a lot of goals as well. So Leeds players or they already are scoring goals, and if they just like leakage come they have a good chance of doing well. So Leeds players could be good buy now than in the past.
Leeds go. I think the trio supporting Bamford up front, Rafinha भयो plus and they have so much exciting prospects and then Harrison on the wings, and then Dallas playing out of position in the attacking third, So they we know these are going to score goals, the only way they're going to win is outscoring the opponents. That's the only way they play. And I think you'll benefit with Rafinha and your team.
True.
All right. So let's move on to the next one. We have Harvey Vance from Leicester. He's 8% owned. He's playing against Aston Villa, Arsenal, and Brighton, and he's priced at 6.8 million. Harvey Vance is really performing this season,
Exactly, and I didn't expect Harvey Vance to be doing real, esto Ramro, and he's already got 8 scores and 4 assists to his name this season, which is actually more than Maddison in terms of goals, I guess. And this was he is owned by only 8%. That makes him again a differential pick. And whenever you watch Leicester matches, you actually you see him making those runs and getting into those scoring positions. You should have actually, I think he should have actually got around 12 goals this season. He's actually also he missed some really good goal scoring opportunities this time. That's also why I think he should be brought in. Leicester are playing against Aston Villa, Arsenal, and Brighton. Leicester go lagi, the way they played against Liverpool, if they keep on with that momentum, all 3 matches seem to be Aston Villa away, difficult but could be one. Arsenal at home, we saw what they did to Liverpool, defending champions. Brighton away again could be one. So, and Harvey Vance, the way he is involved in the match, in the action that goes in and around, not just Jamie Vardy and Madison, he's also like he's risen as a new pillar for Leicester this season, which is actually very good to see. So, and he might actually be aiming for a spot in the England team as well. He's also that got that potential to play for England. But again, England team is so rich with all amazing midfielders. Difficult, but he might want to make a statement for then the Euros that's coming. So I see him as a very good prospect, and I would want to have him in my team.
Yeah, I think Oiliko season compared to last season, we have seen a lot of improvement in Harvey Vance, especially scoring goals and giving those assists and making those decisions in the final third. Really improved player your season, say. And
true. Last season he scored I think 6 goals and 10 assists too. This time he's got 8 goals, 4 assists. He's yet to make more of those assists but the better thing is he's scoring more, and he's going to score more goals because the opponents Leicester are playing against, I think there will be goals.
Yeah. And especially Leicester are at the top of the table. I mean, second match and Leicester assets are being overlooked, and I think this could be a time to pounce on to those assets and not get left behind, because they are scoring points.
Exactly. People probably are discounting Leicester, to be honest. अलि हामीले अन्डर एस्टिमेट गरिरहेको हो कि किनभने लास्ट सिजन अल्सो यस्तै पोजिसनमा आएर लेस्टर एक्चुअली हुन्छ नि आफ्नै खुट्टामा पन्चर हाने जस्तो थियो लास्ट सिजन होइन. तर त्यो नहोस्, यदि त्यो भएन भने त लेस्टर प्लेयर्स हुन्छ नि दे विल बी differentials and they will earn a lot of points for your team.
True. Well said about Harvey Vance and his selection for Gameweek 25. Let's move on to the next one. We have Danny Yings. He's 13% owned. He has a double game week against Chelsea and Leeds. Southampton forward, 8.4 million priced at. So what do you have to say about Danny Yings?
Well, Danny Yings, again, he has always, whichever club he goes to, he has been involved in goals. Last season, he scored 22 goals. This season, already 8 goals, 3 assists. After not so good game weeks, 4 game weeks, he scored against Wolves. अनि डबल गेम विक भएको पनि कारणले गर्दाखेरि एन्ड आफ्टर द्याट 9-0 ड्रपिङ अगेन्स्ट म्यान्चेस्टर युनाइटेड साउथह्याम्पटन एक्चुअली हेभ टु लाइक अगेन हुन्छ नि डु इट अल ओभर अगेन एज टु मेकिङ स्योर द्याट दे आर द टिम द्याट क्यान हुन्छ नि पुट इट बिहाइन्ड एन्ड गेट इन टु अ विनिङ रन. चेल्सी एट होम, साउथह्याम्पटन क्यान एक्चुली विन दिस म्याच होइन, किनभने दे हेभ टु मेक अ स्टेटमेन्ट. And Chelsea apparently has become a club that actually likes to be the Robin Hood of the Premier League. So Southampton at home and Leeds away. Tough matches, but one of these matches Southampton probably will win. Just like that, I think Chelsea, despite being a Chelsea fan, I'm quite nervous about this fixture because Southampton, they really have to do it against a big team to reinstate themselves as a club which can have that mental strength of coming back to life, quoting the amazing beautiful song. So Chelsea, against Chelsea there will be goals of the likes of Chelsea. Again, defensively not that yet perfect, so if they can find some loopholes of getting into the final third. We saw a lot of scoring chances even in the last match against Newcastle. So it was like Chelsea didn't play well defensively. They're not playing well defensively. It's just that they're getting lucky so far. And there are if Azpilicueta plays on the right and if Alonso plays in the left wing, there will be chances for the wingers to get into the Chelsea box. So there will be goal scoring opportunities for Danny Ings. And against Leeds, obviously there will be goals. It's going to probably be 3-3 or something like that. So Danny Ings only 13% owned, could be a good buy.
Yeah, I mean, Yings को कुरा गर्दाखेरि I mean there are not much strikers अहिले जो चाहिँ इन्फर्म छ अथवा जसले चाहिँ हुन्छ नि मस्ट बाई भन्ने खालि स्ट्राइकर नै अहिले एकदमै कम छ जस्तो लाग्छ इपिएलमै बिकज like Jamie Vardy he's just come back and त्यसपछि Aguero is not there. Kane is not performing. And then like Chelsea Teemo Werner is there, but he's not performing that well.
Out of position,
yeah. So in that situation it really favors Ings because उसले double game में खेल रहा छ हैन. He's in penalties as well. So and nobody questions about his finishing ability. So
maybe he's like errors,
yeah, so he really is good at scoring goals and then those finishes. Whenever I see his goals, he's really a good finisher. Just to feel
exactly. Yeah, he scores all kind of goals. That's why he's there in the team, leading the team with the penalties also. And the corner, whenever there's a set piece. He's also a threat out there, aerial threat wise also he's there always, and then in the box. So it's nice to see him out there and doing well as well. So this season probably like with the kind of fixtures against Everton, Sheffield, there will be points from him, but it's just a matter of time. Last week probably was the beginning of the rise of the curve, so maybe against Chelsea, Leeds, Everton, Sheffield there should be a couple of goals for him.
Hopefully, I need a strike on my team, so I'm inclining towards Danny Ings. Move on to the next. We have Gameweek 25 players to hold. So if you have these players on your team, you just need to hold them, even though it's like a rough patch or like they have difficult fixtures, but they will rise.
Exactly.
So first we have Mohamed Salah. So 40.6% on. So people are tending with his price tag 12.5 million.
Yeah,
they're trying to think we have better value from other players, but you try to ask them to hold these players and Salah.
Yeah, so there might be a thought process of like maybe let's the way Liverpool are playing. Salah is obviously scoring goals, so that is the only reason that you might want to hold him. But there are people who are beginning to think, okay, so if your 12.5 does not justify his presence there, if it's only 5 to 7 points he is going to earn me every week. Is even worth it भन्ने खालको एउटा थट प्रोसेस हुन सक्छ हैन. अनि सादाको लाइक पोइन्ट्सहरु हेर्ने हो भने पनि he's actually had like 4-5 वटा bad game weeks and then he scored a brace and then he's been scoring एउटा game week he blanked and then 7 points. That is the only reason. And then Liverpool have like this derby against Merseyside derby against Everton. That should be a high scoring game. And it usually has been a very interesting match. This should be a high scoring game because both teams are really good, but the way Liverpool have been out of form recently, not winning the matches they should be winning, there might be questions about having Liverpool players in the team or not. But we saw the Champions League match against RB Leipzig against again Salah and Mane were in the score sheet. So you never want to actually leave Salah out of your team. He has been the highest contributor since he started playing for Liverpool. Nobody has earned more points in FPLs than Mohamed Salah, so he has a lot of on his CV resume. So hold on to him. He's going to deliver again, and again, when he gives you points, he gives you in like double digits. So keep Salah.
So Salah, he's kind of player you don't want to get not have on your team when he explodes.
Exactly, he is probably after coming to in his second time at the Premier League after joining Liverpool. Before he was in Chelsea, again a player that we really should not have let go of. So when FPL season suru hunदा Salah is one of those names. Sabi manager but look at the drop 40.6. I think that's a drop in terms of ownership from last time. So
people I think it was around 60%.
Exactly. So people are actually letting him go, but I suggest holding him for now because obviously he's going to give more for your teams.
Yeah, I'm not selling Salah. I mean, unless he's injured, so because the form ko kura, I think he's fixture proof and he's form proof. He can explode at any given time. You know?
At any given moment, fraction of a second, you see Salah might score a world class goal.
Exactly. So yeah, just hold on to Salah. Next we have Thomas Souček from West Ham. So he is playing against Tottenham, Manchester City, and Leeds. It's just 5.4 million and 16.7% owned. Thomas Souček is a player you have to hold.
Thomas Tuchel, definitely he is someone I really didn't know about in the new season already. But last season he gave us points, so we didn't expect him to contribute in terms of points. Priced at only 5.5 to carry a season ko suruma, 5.0 matra थियो, and now he is at 5.0 थियो, so now he's at 5.4. He's been scoring, providing one assist, and then he gets into those goal scoring places. Whenever there's set pieces, aerial threat is there. He's very tall, and he does the hard work, and also at the same time he creates assist he creates goal scoring opportunities. He gets there, scores goals, and despite the tough matches against Tottenham, the way Tottenham have been not doing well. It's I think Souček will still be there in that match and contribute. That red card havoc was stupid. I think he should not have been red carded in that match. So I didn't. That was I don't know what went through the mind of the VAR referee and the referee on field. That should have never been given to the on field referee. He should not have been asked to watch the video. That was not a red card. That match, all of us, those of us who had him, we got 0. So Tottenhamसँग म्याचमा त खेलाउँदा नि हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई. Against Man City, I probably would not have any West Ham players in the squad because Man City will score. But still, the way West Ham are playing, they might actually surprise Man City. So there is that room also. So West Ham really doing well. I am going to have Souček until the end of the season. But those who are not willing to have him play in the next couple of game weeks, still hold, because if he scores, his value is going to rise, and that is going to contribute to your team as well.
Plus, the way West Ham are playing, I think उनीहरूको त्यो एरियल प्रेजेन्समा पनि फिट भएको छ Souček, and all those corners that they win, and he's already scored 8+ goals, around 8 exact figure and I think he scored around 8 goals, so that's something that's more than a 5.0 player delivers in FPL.
Exactly. So you have bargain buy. Bargain buy. Next season, I think his value is going to begin at 7.
Yeah. So he's if you have him in your team, just hold on to him for coming fixtures. Next we have is Teemo Werner. So Teemo Werner is 12.0% on right now, and forward from Chelsea with 9.2. His price went from 9.5, and then moved back to 9, and then he's in 9.2 right now. So they price point by fluctuate by Rasa. His ownership has gone up and down. His form has gone up and down, but he's chipping in with points. We are seeing a bright light with Teemo Werner and TT with Chelsea, and
exactly. Lately, impact. He had been making the impact, and despite the fact that he was not scoring goals before the Newcastle United match, Tottenhamसँगको गेममा पनि he was the one who created that opportunity, and then against Sheffield, 2 assists, and he creates penalties. He actually he falls, but he creates goal scoring opportunities even inside the box, even outside of the box. He makes those efforts. He has been very unlucky since the very beginning of the season, because he should have there have been matches where he should have easily scored a hat trick, or at least a brace, or even a single goal. Even in the last match, he should have scored 2 more goals. And Chelsea now are going to play against Southampton, away difficult fixture. Manchester United at home, difficult fixture. Everton against again at home, difficult match. But again, if there's been anyone in the Chelsea team right now who's been scoring, creating goal scoring opportunities, it has been Teemo Werner. And with Thomas Tuchel in at the helm, I think he's going to give more freedom to Teemo, and probably might even start him in the natural position of the number 9 main striker role against Manchester United or Everton. So there will be goals for him. Let's be optimistic about because we've seen him do so well in Germany. It was his longest dry spell without goals, which came to an end. So maybe that will give him some confidence as well, and help his graph rise up. The momentum चाहिँ अब maintain गर्न सक्यो भने चाहिँ राम्रो हुन्छ. So keep him for a while, even if you're not playing him. But at 9.2, it's quite difficult not to have a player at 9.2 and have a player at 9.2 and not play him. So garo चाहिँ garo तर I suggest holding him.
Yeah, I think if you have him, you have to play him, and with the form that Chelsea are showing right now, and I think I'm seeing maybe Teemo Werner hat-trick coming soon, and
Exactly. I would want that against Manchester United.
Wow.
Yeah, because that is going to be at home, and Manchester United themselves are not doing.
We'll be discussing about players to skip. So these players have caught an eye, but they are not too reliable at this point. So we'll just have to keep an watchful eye. The players just don't bring in straight away. But there are some signs. James Rodriguez 10% owned. Everton. Next match is against Liverpool, and he's 7.7% owned. So why do you have him?
10% owned, price 7.7.
Yeah.
So James Rodriguez, he started the season very well, and he recently also had a goal, I guess. But my problem with James Rodriguez is that he's lacked consistency this time. Obviously, he is a very beautiful player. We all love him, Colombian, World Cup highest scorer at that point of time. And he didn't have a lot of opportunities when he was at Real Madrid, and this is went to Bayern Munich, I guess. And he really a big player, and he really beautiful to watch as well. But the matches against Liverpool and Chelsea and Sheffield at home, he might actually be involved. He might actually also be involved in terms of goals against Liverpool or last Sahid, and Liverpool not doing really well. The most side derby, so you never really know what's going to happen in that. He probably was at one point of time owned by more than 15-17% boys. He started he didn't really contribute for quite a while, and then he was dropped. So I would not have him in my team for now. But after that Chelsea match, I probably would go back to considering James Rodriguez in the team.
So that when the Rodriguez was really playing good, and that was the time when Everton were playing good, and the start of the season.
Exactly. DCL was scoring, and this was James Rodriguez was creating a lot of opportunities for him. Not just he himself was also scoring those goals. He had a brace earlier, and he missed some matches, and he probably was not that fit enough as well. And the last 2 matches he has not played the entire 90 minutes. In fact, against Manchester City, he only played 21 minutes, to be honest. And so for now, I think against Liverpool, Chelsea, big teams, and if Everton win against these teams, they actually will be making a statement about the top 4 position, because Liverpool and Chelsea are right there. And Sheffield is a match they should win comfortably, I think. But still, for the next 2 matches, I would not consider James Rodriguez.
All right. For now, let's just skip Rodriguez. Next, we have Alan Saint-Maximin from Newcastle, a really exciting player, 2.4% on, 5.1 goes sweet price point. But he has matches against Manchester United, Wolves, and West Ham. So you won't want to consider him right away,
Well, I actually like this player. I really admire the way he plays, and then he was to flair. Like we discussed this earlier also. He's a very beautiful player to watch, and last season पनि around यही time नै, or not just this time, ठ्याक्कै उसको चाहिँ last season को त्यो कोही आउने बित्तिकै हो कि के हो थियो हैन. He was a very good signing for them. He and Suchek started rising and doing well at the same time period for हुन्छ नि their respective clubs. And I thought that would continue. I thought I would get to see more of Saint Maximin this time. He's played well against Manchester United previously. And I think he has scored all that against Manchester United. Probably scored or created an assist. I remember that match. So he might be the differential factor against Manchester United, but again, Manchester United should be winning that match easily at home. So you can never be comfortable. It's just that we can see the moves from Saint Maximin, but the final product चाहिँ देखिरहेको छैनौं के हामीले. So that is why for a while.
Yeah. So and to get those fantasy points, you need to finish those off, and so you cannot, you don't get points for playing like the flair and the tricks that you show on the ground, so that doesn't contribute. So it's really exciting. I really like this player as well, Newcastle team, but for now we just need to skip him into those considerations to get him.
As we move to the fag end of the season, we have to make sure that we get the players who actually earn us points. This is not the time for us to like retain trial गर्ने time त अहिले रहेन हैन. सुरुमा सिजनको सुरुमा भए चाहिँ ठिकै हुन्थ्यो, but he's not delivered throughout. That's why he can also take his price 5.1 हुनुको कारण पनि त्यही नै हो हैन. He's probably dropped from 5.5 to 5.1. So he actually dropped from 5.5 to 5.1. So that speaks volumes about the performance. That's why I try to skip him for now.
Yep. All right. So the final one is Aubameyang, Arsenal captain, 6.7% owned. He has match against Manchester City, Leicester, and Burnley. He just scored a hat-trick, his first Premier League hat-trick. So you consider him?
This is actually I like I said Ogino, and I love this player, and I would want to have him in my team, but at this price of 11.3, he just had fresh Ogino. It's with him. Aubameyang, once he starts scoring, he goes on scoring, and I would love that as well. But looking at the fixtures, and then top of the table, second position teams also, fixtures also. And Arsenal are probably going to struggle a bit against Manchester City and Leicester because these teams really attack and highlight you in terms of pressing. They like having possession as well. And Arsenal lately have not been good enough even if they had the possession. So in football, possession is good, but it does not earn you 3 points. So Man City and Leicester, tough matches. And I don't see Arsenal creating a lot of goal-scoring opportunities against Man City and Leicester because these teams are also very defensively very solid, right? So त्यो भएर चाहिँ Aubameyang at 11.3 might not be earning those points भनेर चाहिँ मैले skipमा राखेको. Otherwise, I would love to have him in my teams. I had him until the Gameweek 10 होला. And this was I was compelled to get him out because I was not earning any points. So त्यही भएर मात्रै हो. नत्र Aubameyang is someone who used to be fixture proof, but this time I don't think against Man City. If Arsenal are going to score, it's going to be him. But again, it's a huge risk against Arsenal having him against Man City.
Yeah. So for now, we'll just watch and enjoy him play, and then hopefully he performs.
And watch him score.
Yeah. All right. So I hope he performs really well against Manchester City. But it's very difficult to bet against the Manchester City or Leicester. So let's just watch, and then we can get him for maybe like Burnley games and see how it changes the situation, ma. Next, we will focus on some players that you need to get out from your team, maybe those are injured or maybe those are out of form. So we'll take a look at those three players. First, we have James Justin. He was playing really well,
Exactly, he was earning a lot of points
earning a lot
for
of
all of us.
Yeah, so unfortunately he hasn't gotten injured, and that's the कारण होइन Prarambha?
Exactly. He's got this knee injury and with an unknown return date. So in that context, it's best not to have him or not even have him in your bench, because that value is going to drop.
Yeah,
right. The money is going to drop.
Yeah, I heard that he's done for the season. He's not going to feature this season. So that's really sad for him. I mean, the fantasy owners are पनि टिममा थियो James Justin. So I think
so that actually gives, which means he was playing really well in his position as well. He had cemented that position, which makes it difficult. Yeah, so that has actually advantage for opponents that Leicester will be facing in near future. Aston Villa, Grealish can exploit that area. Arsenal wingers again, Saka and all those players can exploit the area where Justin used to play, and Justin was really good in those big matches against big teams, especially against Chelsea also. एकदमै राम्रो खेलेको हो त्यो पोजिसनबाट. So yeah, now that he's gone, maybe it's Leicester को opponentsहरू जो छ त्यहाँबाट पनि प्लेयर्सहरू राख्दा चाहिँ हुन्छ होला, because he was providing that solidity as well. He was really involved in not just defending well, also creating good goal scoring opportunities, and he was also finding the back of the net.
He was good going forward and defending, getting those clean sheets and the assists, goals, and it was a dream for having him under like 4.5 million. But now it's time to part with James Justin. Let's go on to the next one. We have Jack Grealish, 38.2% owned, talisman for Aston Villa. Chelsea, I say that's a typo. But he's facing against Leicester, Leeds, and Wolves. But you think now is the time to let him go, and
I think now is the time to let him go, but I still have him in my team. But again, it is only because I'm letting him go so that I can have other players in the value range of Jack Grealish. Obviously, Grealish has been contributing in terms of points, and he's still in the overall players. He's still in the team alongside the likes of Salah and Bruno Fernandez. He's still there. But considering the fixtures coming up, Leicester, Leeds, Wolves, Newcastle, and then they've got big matches yet to play. So difficulty fixture 4 भन्दा माथिको धेरै players धेरै टिमसँग चाहिँ खेल्न बाँकी छ, and it's just that I wanted to have some value I wanted to tweak my team a bit, and I thought Jack Grealish, despite his prowess and opponents that his team is going to play against, probably there will be other better value players just to लागेर चाहिँ मैले हटाउन मात्रै लागेको. So no personal यो चाहिँ पर्सनल हो, यो चाहिँ पर्सनल ओपिनियन मात्रै हो. So Jack Grealish still is in my team. I will watch him against Leicester and probably release him soon.
I think plus like the start of the season, जब Aston Villa they were scoring goals left, right, center, and they are struggling in front of the goal पनि, अनि धेरै गोल पनि भएको छैन, अनि that has taken toll on Jack Grealish and his points tally. And I was thinking about मेरो टिममा पनि छ Jack Grealish, but there have been times when I feel like उसलाई अब रिलिज गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने फिल चाहिँ आछ मलाई. Lot of them have already parted with Jack Grealish, but this could be a time where you can get some freshen up your team with some other midfielders.
Exactly.
All right, so finally we have Hector Bellerin from Arsenal, 4.6% owned, right back. So he was captain for Arsenal for when Auba was not there. But tough fixtures coming up for Hector, and
Exactly. I love this player. He's Spanish, Barca roots for Hector Bellerin. The problem is he's a very good player, but at the same time fixtures though. And lately in the last match he scored also 9 points in that match. He provides assists. He gets into those places from where he can create opportunities. But at the same time, fixer trouble भएको भएर चाहिँ, किनभने I really wanted to get the defenders from Leeds. double game week go, and one of those matches say Leeds are likely to maintain a clean sheet भने त्यो probability मात्रैको हिसाबले चाहिँ पनि हो हैन Hector Bellerin like say I think I'll get him out of the team for now and see if he does well against Man City and Leicester and because if you're doing well against Man City or Leicester, top two teams of the table at the moment अनि हैन टप अफ द टेबलमा भएको टिम्सहरुसँग राम्रो गर्यो भने त obviously अरूसँग चाहिँ राम्रो गर्ने भइहाल्यो so that's why I would also want to give him हुन्छ नि this window of room for improvement kind of stuff so I really see him as a very good talented player but at the same time right now points ko focus भएको हुनाले चाहिँ I would like to go with a defender from a team that is going to play 2 matches in the game week.
I think a clean sheet ko lagi चाहिँ अलिकति difficult छ coming game weeks but I've really I mean watching Bellerin I see some improvement from previous seasons usko चाहिँ attacking third मा चाहिँ he has gotten more involved with assists and goals defensively he's not that good he always get caught in awkward positions and easily beaten by attackers but
wingers
but he is a good player and then for now it's just the fixtures and
exactly for now it's just the fixtures
so all right
also for defenders might score goals once in a while once in a blue moon their main job is to defend and ensure a clean sheet otherwise no points आउँदैन and if you look at the fixtures Man City and Leicester so there will be goals हैन त्यही भएर पनि हो
all right I totally agree with those points and the reasonings for these players to release. So next we'll discuss about the captain's pick for Game Week 25. So captains are the ones that deliver, that make or break your game week. So the first one we have Patrick Bamford, 55% owned. And he has a double game week against Wolves and Southampton.
I would not be surprised if a lot of FPL users will have him as the triple captain for this game week because would not be surprised because Wolves and Southampton and Patrick Bamford is someone who people actually didn't really think that he would be doing well in the Premier League. Many thought he would be just a championship player, and he is a former Chelsea player who didn't get a lot of opportunities with the senior team, but never really gave up on himself, and he played really well for the clubs he was loaned out at, and this was even at a championship. He did really well, and we always knew that this guy would score goals. Even Chelsea fans, those who have followed the academy and also the first team and other teams of the clubs, we knew about him. We knew about his prowess. It's just that Chelsea is a team where it's really difficult to break in, and you always have big money, international players coming in. So that was a thing for him. But he has done really well. And these 2 matches, Kane, when 2 goals, and when 2 goals, it's like duta game week, 10 points. If you triple captain him, gets you 30. Could be a differential thing. But again, you would really not want to use your triple captainship unless you're really sure about a player, and this player is someone you can be really confident about. So I really think a lot of FPL users will have him as the triple captain in this game week.
I mean, I recently got Bamford in, but Suruma, I was really doubtful about him scoring because I had seen. I mean, I didn't. I follow him on the championship, but Suruma actually पहिला Middlesbrough हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ I had seen he used to come in as a sub and he not really perform हैन त्यो खासै त्यस्तो त्यो आँखा जाने खाले प्लेयर चाहिँ थिएन but so championship बाट आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ I thought Leeds are really attacking team, but I really didn't know why they had Bamford in front of the goal.
I thought that they also had this new signing in terms of Rodrigo. They brought Rodrigo who plays for Spain. Plays for the country and he's a Spanish. But Bamford has been doing better than this international player. So which is something that makes him stand out in the team as well, and he has not been making too many mistakes. I mean, whenever he gets a goal scoring opportunity, he makes sure often that then he capitalizes on it, and that is quite a statement that he is making as well. He scored against Chelsea as well, I think. I guess if I'm not wrong. So there's a and big team someone scores a गरिरहेको हुनाले चाहिँ then this guy gives you a lot of confidence. अनि त्यही भएर पनि चाहिँ I see him as someone. He scored against Chelsea रहेछ पहिलाको क्लब, so he is someone like हुन्छ नि you can really bank on, अनि price range is only 6.9. एकदमै धेरै बढेको हो. You look at the ownership as well, and यो weekको पनि if you look at the status on FPL, a lot of FPL users have brought him in already, which speaks volume about हुन्छ नि their plans with him. अनि he's going to earn new points. At least I see at least 10 points in these 2 game weeks. That's why triple captain राख्ने possibility high छ.
Yeah. So with 55.6% owned, so you are just safe bet जस्तै भयो क्या अब त्यो भइसकेपछि.
Yeah. True. It must have. Everyone is having him, and even if it blanks one of these 2 game weeks, he's likely to earn in the others. I mean, in the one of these 2 matches, my blank गरे नि अर्को match points आउने chances चाहिँ हुन्छ. हैन त्यो भएर चाहिँ राख्दा हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ.
So I do have Patrick Bamford on my team, and I'm seriously considering him to captain this game week. Next we have Harry Kane, Spurs. He's a Spurs captain, and then playing against West Ham. Recently come back after the injury. He was not performing that good against Man City, but he's Harry Kane.
He's Harry Kane. He's a fixture-proof player, and people had their doubts when Harry Kane initially came into the Tottenham when he rose through the ranks. He actually was initially after they had a striker from Spain, and he was injured. And Roberto Soldado. And they also had Van Hansen Tottenham, but he always thrived in when he was thrown with competitions. He has one season wonder after he. But this is a player really who's being targeted by clubs like Real Madrid and other big players in the Europe. So you can always bank on him. He never disappoints you. Game week blank when you can always count on him. It's just that Kane's on relationship alikati पहिला जस्तै त्यो अलि fire spark गरिरहेको चाहिँ छैन तर when he starts scoring, when he scores for your team, he does not just score a 1 goal. He actually really does well, contribute as well. And
plus he's on penalties
he's on penalties, obviously, and this was you also get to see him now this season creating assists. I'm not sure if Harry Kane has created this many assists in a single season prior to this. Already this season 11 assists bhaisakyo हैन. So he's never done that in a single season. 13 goals. That goal tally is going to rise and then probably will reach around 20, 19, 20, 18, 19, 20 त्यो पुग्न सक्छ. So Harry Kane must have. You never know when he will come up with the hat-trick. And London derby against West Ham United, who are a very good team, but you can expect Harry Kane doing well against good teams. So that's what makes him Harry Kane.
I have no doubt that Harry Kane, he will start performing. It could be this match, So Harry Kane, he's always a captain's pick. Next, we have Bruno Fernandez, 60% owned, and he's playing against Newcastle at home. Bruno Fernandez.
Penalties to begin with, and then he also scores. He has shown that he can also score other goals except for penalties, and he's always there. He's always involved. He creates chances. He creates opportunities. He has actually single-handedly lifted the Manchester United team, to be honest. So it's not just even because of him. You can see players like Paul Pogba raising their standards. Those who apparently seemed lost in that Manchester United team. Younger players are doing well because of him, his presence. The strike force also, like Cavani is there. He's been serving opportunities for players up front. So this is a must-have player. That's why you see the 60% ownership in the FPL. His price is also again is 11.5, and that is well deserved. And he is the highest earner of FPL points so far this season, I guess.
Yeah.
And I see him being nobody like getting to his position. 11.5 भइसकेर छ उसको प्राइस अनि पहिलाभन्दा यो सिजनमा मात्रै बढेको 10.5 बाट अनि हाइएस्ट पोइन्ट अर्नर सो फार. सो इज अ मस्ट ह्याभ. इफ युआर नट ह्याभिङ ब्रुनो फर्नान्डेज इन यर टिम, you're losing a lot of points as easy as that. So yeah,
Bruno ko लागि plus ani I think
on that grounds he's a must have player.
Yeah. So I mean there's no denying of Bruno Fernandez ma, and the plus you never know about usko चाहिँ he's always a threat on the final third. So yeah, no brainer जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई चाहिँ. If you have any doubts you can just give the armband to Bruno.
Yeah, and among these three players I see Patrick Bamford as the better pick because two game weeks.
All right, yeah. So maybe Patrick Bamford and Bruno and then Kane on that outer end. Is it?
Yep. And like I said earlier, Patrick Bamford high chances of being triple captained by many.
So it's a double game week, so this like say capitalize garnu paryo हैन सबैजनाले. You have two bites at the cherry भने जस्तो.
Yeah, and Leeds, the way they are playing, they concede but they also score goals. So maybe a good time to have him as a triple captain. I'm seriously considering that option as well myself. Funny,
right.
Yeah, others might not be thinking, so why not?
Yeah. Sure.